What are the scout cruisers reporting?
So far, 2 other stars in the Zylon Empire have experienced the same phenomena. If the data matches, then Rella will be the first in Alliance territory. This is all very preliminary, though. Only the Dark Rouge and Sarasota have reported in. The Matahari is almost 2 sectons overdue.
Well, she was the furthest in. Not unheard of to be this late.
No, sir. But we're not holding out much hope.
What was the reason she went so far in?
Don't know. Something must have caught their attention.
Well, we have a bigger problem anyway.
The Doctor.
Could the Time Lords have found out?
With them, who knows? Maybe we're jumping the gun. The history of the Doctor indicates that he operates more to his own agenda. Maybe his appearance is a coincidence.
Nothing about the Doctor is ever a coincidence. The paradox of all this is enough to drive someone to drink. Does this mean we're successful? Unsuccessful? What?
I think this means we continue to operate as if nothing has changed. What other choice do we have?
Agreed.
Then that just brings up one concern.
Oh, there's no concern, Katie. We knew we might have to deal with this eventually, but nothing will stop us. Even if it means we have to kill a Time Lord.
Entering Rella system, Captain.
Any distress signals?
Negative. All quiet.
Frack. Life signs?
No, sir. No life signs present.
Tell me at least some other ships got away.
Sorry, sir. If they did, we didn't see them.
They would have come back anyway, to look for survivors.
I'm very sorry, Captain.
We're normally good at predicting supernovas. How could a star just explode like that without warning?
Not naturally, and that's for certain.
Are you saying this was deliberate?
Are you saying that it wasn't?
How would that even be possible?
That is a very good question. Frightening concept, isn't it?
Captain, getting something on the comm channels.
A distress signal from Rella?
No, sir. Garrison Astrometrics. The star Bethledia just went supernova.
Supernova?
That star was a Type A main sequence star, barely twice the mass of Earth's sun. It couldn't have gone supernova, even if it wanted to.
What the Felderkop is going on?
Were there any people there, Captain?
Uninhabited system. No planets.
Thank goodness for that.
Puts the kibosh on an attack theory. Why destroy an out-of-the-way star?
Do you people have activity in the area?
No. If whoever did it wanted to pick some place to practice, they couldn't have chosen better.
Regardless, this can't be anything but unnatural.
I agree, but who and why?
Red alert. Red alert.
Red alert? Who ordered that?
Red alert.
Fleet-wide red alert, sir. The Debaxel system was just destroyed by a massive supernova.
There were 30 trillion people there.
Not anymore.
This makes no sense. This just doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean?
If this was an attack, why Debaxel? They're not even part of the Alliance.
All decks signal red alert.
Perhaps you have a new enemy. Humanity is very adept at finding enemies wherever it goes.
You'll have to forgive the Doctor, Captain.
Why?
I don't know. It's just what people say when someone is being boorish and rude.
3 stars in unusually close proximity just blast themselves out of existence. If you are not afraid now, you should be. You have irritated the wrong species somewhere.
Inform Galaxy Garrison we stand ready to assist the Debaxel system.
Galaxy Garrison is already hailing, sir.
On screen. Admiral Rosen?
You are aware of what is happening, Neubauer?
Crystals, sir.
What you don't know is that 2 stars in Zylon territory have also exploded within the last 4 sectons.
Has someone else declared war on us? On the galaxy?
If they had, they haven't said anything.
We're prepared to go to Debaxel and assist.
Negative. I have a priority mission for you. We've received a distress call from the Matahari.
Scout cruisers don't send distress calls.
They do if they've found something they consider vital, and we need to know what that is.
Rescue mission.
If possible, at the very least, get their logs. I'm sending the coordinates to you now.
Got them.
That's fairly deep into Zylon-held territory.
Their distress was sent on a tight beam. We don't think it was intercepted. At least we hope not. You'll warp in, retrieve what you can, and hyper-jump out.
Fuel status, Mr. Delacroix?
As long as we don't have to fight, we'll make it. But we'll be running on fumes.
Close enough. We don't want to spend a micron longer there than we need to.
I'll send a tanker and another star cruiser to rendezvous, in case you're followed.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, Admiral, but if we could be dropped off first, my friend and I would be most appreciative. We are not involved in your little conflict.
Little?
Negative. This is highest priority. I'm certain you can call your TARDIS to you or something. Rosen out.
Call my TARDIS? It's a time machine, not a homing pigeon!
You mean we're stuck here?
Too bad we can't just hyper-jump in. Make things a lot easier.
With the amount of noise it makes, the Zylons would be on us before we could breathe.
So we're supposed to cross into enemy territory without being seen, find a ship that may or may not be there, get out in one piece. Kobayashi Maru.
Kobayashi Maru.
Why do I have a sudden feeling of dread?
Really? No idea. I think things are about to get very exciting.
I know. That's why I'm feeling this way.
Galaxy Garrison apparently wants me to babysit you.
Of course. Make sure I don't get into any funny business. I promise you, Captain, any business I get involved in will not be funny in the slightest.
Miss Darlington Cook isn't the only one getting a feeling of dread.
Take us to the Matahari, helmsman. Best speed, but minimize the waves.
Aye, sir. Approaching last known coordinates of the Matahari.
Yellow alert. Remain silent, slow to impulse. Anything on passive scan?
Negative, sir. All clear.
Comms?
No signals. Not even from a buoy.
They wouldn't be foolish enough to use one.
If she's dead in space, we're not going to see her running silent like we are.
Could try a sensor ping. Zylons will be hard-pressed to pinpoint our location with just a single ping.
We aren't here to sightsee. We have a mission, and we're going to do it. Active scan, see if she's out there.
The Zylons will know we're here. No hiding with the active scan.
Then we'd better make it quick. Number 1, be ready to beam aboard any survivors and their log buoy. Log buoy first.
Aye, sir.
I don't think I agree with their priorities.
War often brings out the very best, and usually the very worst in people.
Picking up a debris field, Captain.
Can you identify it?
Running it through science, but it does appear to have the same mass as a scout cruiser.
Frack. Helm, better get us ready to get out of here. Tactical. See if you can find their log buoy. Don't let's waste this trip.
Enemy targets entering sector at high velocity.
Now, helmsman, hyperjump.
Hyperjump engines destroyed. Warp drive destroyed.
They're aiming for our engines.
They got him!
Full impulse. Bring us around.
Weapons online.
Dreadnought, destroyer, and 2 Corvette-class warships.
It was a trap! They were waiting for you!
They certainly mean business.
Weapons free. Fire at will.
You're only fooling yourselves if you think you're gonna fight them off without engines!
We still have impulse.
Who knows for how much longer?
That was a raft shields, Captain.
They're trying to disable us completely.
They want us alive.
As food? Forget it. Take out those Corvettes. At least that much less shooting at us.
I don't know how much more I can take of this.
Phasers locked on Corvette 2. Fire!
Got him! We've done it!
He's dead.
Comms, take over tactical.
Forward phaser array damaged.
We're sure as not going to show them our tail. Damage control. Priority to forward phasers.
You're only wasting time, Captain. You can't win this!
What do you want us to do, surrender?
Yes, surrender. Right now, while there's still time!
Over my dead body.
then that is what you are going to get. You and everyone else on this ship is going to die unless you stop this right now.
Forward phaser array destroyed.
Coming around, 30 degrees.
Aft torpedoes fire.
The battle's over, Captain. You've lost. End it before it's too late.
We've lost the Neubauer!
Alert. Engine overload.
We're about to blow up.
Computer, abandon ship.
Where exactly are we supposed to go? We're in space, surrounded by enemies. And did I hear someone say something about being eaten?
Number 1, take the civilians to the escape craft. I'll try and buy us some time.
Captain, futile gestures.
Oh, what is going to give you any chance at all? Now go!
Can't go down there. The bulkhead's already been sealed.
So a hull breach.
I don't know how much longer she'll hold together.
We have to get out of here.
There's another escape pod down the other end of the corridor. At least, there may be.
I could wish for a tad more confidence.
The ship's systems are all damaged. There should be chaser lights guiding us, but clearly they aren't working.
So we take our chances. Fine. It's not like we have anything better to do.
That's the spirit. That's what I'm talking about, girl.
I see it. It looks like it's still intact.
Whoa!
Doctor!
Ah!
The door! It's closed off!
Oh, no!
We're trapped here!
It's sealed off to protect the rest of the ship.
And we're on the wrong side of it.
I can't hold on!
I'm trying to override it and get the doors open. No good! Controls are shot!
Hold on! Let me have a go!
Perfect! Grab my hand, Georgie!
Hurry! Won't hold open for long!
All right, Doctor, come on!
Sorry, Georgie. I'm afraid not.
What?
The second I let go, the door will snap shut. No time for me.
Doctor, come on! We can pull you through!
Get Georgie off the ship, Commander. Take care of her.
We're not leaving you behind.
Yes, you are.
Doctor, there's no time.
Go, Toxon. Drag her kicking and screaming if you have to. Just keep her safe.
Come on, Georgie.
No! No!
Goodbye, Georgie. You were the best.
Doctor!
This way.
Why didn't you save him? Why didn't you save him? I'll never forgive you for this.
Escape craft launch. 3, 2, 1.
The Neubauer is gone.
And so is the Doctor. What do we do now? What is that?
It felt like a tractor beam. They're pulling us in.
You mean the Zylons got us? Didn't you say something about food? We're their food.
And there's nowhere for us to run.
Well, who are you?
Trans rats always set my teeth on edge. Couldn't have used a less distressful way to bring me on board, could you?
We can always put you back.
Point taken. Look, this is probably where I should thank you for rescuing me, but I would like to know where I am first. There's no use expressing gratitude if you've only just brought me to somewhere worse.
Worse than floating in a debris field? Your story is going to be very interesting to hear. Log buoy secure?
All tucked away, sir.
Then get us out of here before the bugs come back. Silent run until we're clear of enemy territory.
All hands, rig for silent run. Pilot, best speed for waypoint.
You are on board the scout cruiser Artemis.
Named after Virginia Hall from World War II?
Yes. You seem to be well versed in history.
I've read the odd book or two. Wonderful woman. Made some of the best cheese.
Now perhaps you can tell me who you are and what you were doing floating around in a sickbay compartment.
Unimportant. You must tell me, did you find any other survivors?
No. Just you.
Okay, then bodies?
That's a rather macabre question.
We are in an area of space populated by creatures that see humans as a delicacy. Now, if you are done wasting my time...
There were some body parts, if you really must know, but the Zylons picked the area clean.
Right. Then there is still hope.
For what?
For who, you mean? My friend. She made it into the escape pod before the Neubauer was destroyed.
We didn't find any. They collected them all. Now, how did you survive?
Must you always focus on the inconsequential? We have got to go after them!
We're not going after anyone. Now calm down before I have to put you into shackles and tell me what I want to know.
Very well. There was a hull breach. I threw myself into space before the ship exploded. Happy?
You survived floating in space.
I can for a short time before I jumped. I grabbed the fire extinguisher. After the ship exploded, I used the extinguisher as a propellant and maneuvered myself to the sick bay compartment. It's the
most protected part of the ship, but without life support.
Well, I hope that it had enough for me to survive until someone came and found me.
That's an awful lot of luck.
I wasn't exactly given that great deal of choice. Look, I've told you what you wanted to know. Now I must try and find my friend.
Once we reach Alliance space, we'll drop you off and you can do whatever you want. If committing suicide is your preference, I won't waste time trying to stop you.
But this is a scout cruiser, high-speed, low-profile, almost impossible to detect on a scan. You can get me in there without anyone knowing.
We have no idea where they might have taken their captives anyway.
Have you forgotten that most of those captives are your own people?
Casualties of war.
Well, that's it. Just write them off, just like that.
You want to go charging into the heart of the Zylon Empire on some lost cause? Be my guest. Best of luck. But we have our mission, and we're going to finish it.
Hang on, but...
And if you get in the way, I'll have no problem putting you back exactly where I found you.
I should have expected nothing less. You seem rather comfortable with this concept of sacrificing others.
I never said it was easy leaving people behind. Just necessary.
Really? I wonder if the crew of the Neubauer feel the same. After all, weren't they sacrificed for this precious log boy of yours?
I knew some people on that ship.
And you were sent in right on their tail? They weren't expected to survive, were they? They were a distraction. A distraction for the Zylons to spring whatever trap they had, and then you would come in and get what you needed?
Sacrifices of war.
Maybe it's time someone considered the cost.
Maybe you should consider the cost if we lose this war.
We've been here for hours. Are they just going to leave us in here?
So you want them to come for us?
It's the waiting. I'd almost rather get it over with.
They'll be here soon enough. It's only been a centaur since they brought us on their ship. Leaving us locked in the escape pod keeps us out of the way.
I used to have a goldfish. I'm starting to understand how he felt.
Empathize a little more quietly, please.
What are you doing?
Trying to hear what's going on outside.
Can you hear anything through that hull?
A little. Nothing I can make out. It'd be helpful if they speak up.
Rude of them to keep their guests waiting, huh?
I'll forgive them the faux pas.
This is it.
I wished I'd grabbed my phaser. Could have taken a few out before.
What is that thing?
A Zylon warrior. I think it wants us to follow it.
All right, we're going. What are they going to do with us?
Don't know. No one's ever come back from being captured. But I think you can guess what's going to happen. What are you doing?
Let go of him!
Now you want us to go here? What were you looking at? My rank pin? Why?
I'm not going in there. Okay. That's a human.
Zylon.
What?
Slave Zylon. They look humanoid.
Those are the same species.
All right, you got us. Just do what you're going to do and get it over with.
You are the commanding officer of the Neubauer.
No.
You are the highest-ranking soldier we have found. Your captain, Edwards, is not here.
So you looked over our logs and know who we are?
There is no record of the female. Is she your mate?
What? No.
What are you called?
Georgie.
Stand over there.
Don't bother resisting, Miss Darlington Cook. We're not in any position now.
Over here.
What?
It is a harmless energy field. You will remain there until I am done with the male.
Done with what?
Sit down. Here.
What are you doing?
Tuxhorn!
The restraints will hold you in place. Now, you will tell me why the Matahari was here in our space.
Spying. It's a spy ship. Did you really need me to tell you that?
What was it looking for?
Didn't their logs tell you?
Their logs are encrypted.
Well, I don't know either.
You are lying.
Our orders were to retrieve their logs. They didn't say why.
Give me your authentication code.
You have got to be kidding.
What does it want that for?
That thing thinks they can use it to decrypt the logs. It won't work. I don't have their authority.
Then it won't matter if you give it to me.
Nice try.
Oh, just give it to him, Commander. If it won't work, what's the difference? You said we were in no position to resist anyway.
I wouldn't give this bug a cup of cold water in hell.
Then we will use other methods to persuade you.
Well, what are you doing? Stop! Oh, that creature! It ate his finger! In front of him!
The code, Commander.
Go frack yourself!
You monsters! You monsters!
The prey cries to its predator. Give us what we want.
Just give it to them, Tuxhorn!
I'll die first!
That can take a very long time.
I've traveled a lot. I've seen some terrible things, but never have I seen such evil. Such savage barbarity.
Your species has no right to accuse others of barbarism. Your own evil brought you here.
You started this war!
You invaded our space, destroyed our ships.
You invaded our space first! You fired the first shot!
That was King Chut. What does that have to do with now?
Everything!
We will debate this no longer. Since you will not give us the required information, there is no further need for you.
I don't suppose you're letting us go.
You'll be taken to the scullery to be prepared.
Prepared? For what?
For our meal.
No! No!